Hi Sharpies, it's your friendly guide, Eriks Johnson here to talk to you today about urban agriculture and about planting plants. First thing I'd like to do is introduce you to my friend, Pretty Bird. She's a chicken and she is living in my backyard. Do you see her there? Hi Pretty Bird. Yeah. Okay, so the city of Milwaukee, you're allowed to have 4 birds with a permit and they give you eggs and it's really cool. Next I'm going to show you my garden and then I'm going to show you how I plant some plants. So here's my urban garden. These are lettuce and you see here this is kale, really healthy stuff there when it grows up. And here we got some, those are going to be tomatoes. This is going to be a boysenberry bush. These are going to be, what are they called? Brussels sprouts. Yeah. And then this is some sage and some more kale and another Brussels sprout. And this is a raspberry plant. Can't wait for that to grow. My neighbor put this in and it's just taken off like nothing else. Loves it. It's thriving here. And oh look, there's a pollinator. Got a little bee pollinator there. You see it? All right, Sharpies, here you go. These are the useful tools I'm going to be using to dig some holes later and plant some flowers for my neighbor. And I want to show you my compost pile. This is the one. Look at that nice, rich compost. That's all dirt. There's all kinds of good nutrients that live in there. And I want to show you what the compost pile used to look like. You see here we got all kinds of stuff like eggshells and dandelion clippings and old refuge food. And it sits for about a year. You see how it all boils down? This used to be all stacked high, but now it's starting to boil down like that. And then that, what you got there, turns into that soil. Yep, and that's what we're going to use today to plant our plants. Hey Sharpies, this is the first step. I got my soil here. You see there's a lot of big debris in there. So I'm going to take and I put it on this, this is my strainer. And actually I probably want to be using my gardening gloves to do this. And I'm just going to use this to kind of sort out the nice clean dirt. There you go. Top grade topsoil. What I'm going to show you now is a hole that I dug, and I'm going to explain what I'm doing. There it is, Sharpies. That's a hole that I dug. Now, what I did with that hole is I filled it with some of this beautiful topsoil that you saw me making earlier. This is topsoil from my compost heap. I put that in there, full of all the nutrients that used to be in the food from my kitchen and the leaves that are from my backyard and everything. Now I'm getting some moisture in there right away so that as soon as this plant goes in, it's going to have moisture and nutrients there to receive those roots. This is the little flower that we're going to put there. It is an annual. An annual means that it grows for a year and then it dies and doesn't come back. You have to put new ones in every year. So this is an annual. I also have some perennials. The perennials last for a long time, as long as their lives go, and they come back every year. So this is going to be the perennial that I'm going to put in there, and it's going to grow up hopefully to be these nice long stalks of purple. Cheryl wanted purple and white flowers, so we're going to put those 2 in there. So this is the box of topsoil that I made from the compost pile. You'll notice that I'm planting late in the day because putting the plants in during the hot sun is a little harder on them. If you do it just before nightfall and give them a lot of rain, none of the water that you give them will evaporate, and those are really good conducive conditions to replanting plants. So hopefully everything will turn out and these beautiful flowers will grow and make Cheryl happy. One thing I want to say about Cheryl is she is a frontline health worker during this pandemic, and so as a note of thank you to her, I told her I would plant some flowers for her because she does not have the time. Okay, so here we have the flower. I'm gently trying to pull it out of its container and that's not working too much. So what I'll do is kind of crinkle the container a little bit, loosen the dirt there, compress the roots a little bit, turn it upside down a little bit. There we go. And so now I'm going to be filling in the topsoil. Yummy topsoil. That's good plant food right there. You see I'm filling in around the plant. All right, we're getting them plenty of soil here for this little plant. This soil is a lot less clay than the surrounding soil, and so I think the roots are going to take real nicely to this, and I give it some more water. If you don't have room for a garden, you can make a little plant in a little pot and maybe put it out by the window. This world is full of different kinds of seeds and things like that that you can experiment with and find out what you can grow.